my YouTube channel. So basically like today we're just going over like style, fashion stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like we're basically like, oh my gosh, stuttering on my words and stuff. Oh, that's crazy. Basically just going like outfits, you know what I'm saying?
And it went like
Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with my wonderful, loving husband. So today we're going to be talking about all about getting married young. If you guys don't know, I am 21 and Lewis is also 21. We got engaged when we were 20 and then we got married at 21. So I thought I would go over kind of like our experience with it, things we were worried about before we got married versus like things that came up during our marriage that like we wouldn't expect. Because I feel like a lot of people, it kind of is scary to get married young. I feel like, at least for Lewis and I, we kind of had the mixed feelings about it. When
Did we?
We had mixed feelings about when we first started dating. We both said that we didn't want to get married till we're 30.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
not
like,
getting married. We didn't have these feelings.
no, but like getting married.
At least I hope you did.
Oh my God. But like before we got married, when we first got together, we actually like sat down and like discussed when we like see each other getting married, like just in general, not with each other, just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just questions to ask. But he said that he didn't want to get married till 30 and I agreed because I really didn't. But life happens and
Here we are.
here we are, young and married. So the first thing I want to bring up is just how important and how permanent marriage is. It's for the rest of your life. It's not something to be taken lightly. Getting married young is not something to be taken lightly. That's pretty much what I try to say.
Honestly, I was definitely like a little confused about how we were gonna afford our own place so young, start paying things together, sharing our banks together. But yeah, I don't know, it was honestly it was like the smaller details for me. But like even when it happened, like things just kind of pulled together and we figured it out.
You guys have to think of yourself as like a team rather than two people. It's kind of like a big mind shift to kind of go from being singletons to being like a team. I think that's like a lot of people, that's a big shock to them because like things that they would do when they were single are not necessarily going to be okay when you're married. It's just a change, right? Because you got to make sure that their needs are met and also your needs are met, and like having that conversation and openness about it I think is super important. So yeah, when you become married, it's pretty obvious, but you guys are obviously gonna be living together, and everything that you did before, you just have to make sure that you keep the other person in mind when you're doing those things. Would you agree?
Totally. And you got to remember that like in your like when you're single, or even when you're in a relationship and you're not living with each other, like you still have those boundaries where you can go home, relax, and just, you know, get your own personal stuff done and kind of just get some downtime in. When you're married, some of that kind of disappears and you're with that other person all the time. So you gotta be ready for that, because, you know, if you're not ready to be around them and for them to need you as much as they do, you know, depending on who you're with, like you really have to think about it, because a lot of that downtime that you normally have when you're living alone, it's just gone.
I feel like that stuff is like in the first year of marriage, it's just all figuring out kind of what that other person, how that other person lives.
A lot of times, if you are with the right person, having them around more is like the best thing in the world. Like I personally love coming home every single day to this girl. It's unbelievable. So like you gotta remember, this isn't like, it sounds like, oh yeah, you're losing a bunch of your time, you don't have all the freedoms you do. Yes, that's true, but in most cases when you're with the right person, that doesn't matter. Like it's way better.
We have an interruption of our lovely son. If you guys don't know, we have a 2-month-old son named Rhett. But yeah, my husband is just going to calm our baby down while I just talk a little bit. So I thought I would answer some things that I got asked before I got married young and versus how I feel about them now. The first question I get asked is, Lewis and I's relationship any different than it was before we got married? Honestly, I would say that it has gotten a lot better than before. I just think like seeing him be a dad and seeing him kind of provide for our family has really made me love him even more. So the next question is, how did your parents react when you told them that you were gonna get married young? So honestly, I would say that my parents had mixed feelings. They really loved Lewis and they wanted to make sure that I was making a decision for myself and that it was just something that we both wanted, not just like one person. They had mixed feelings about it, but at the end of the day, they're super happy for Lewis and I, and they're very, very happy we got married now. So the next question is, how did he propose? My husband wants to tell a story, so I'll invite him back in. All right, so I'm gonna leave my husband to this story while I go and feed our little babe. Say hi, Red. He doesn't even know.
Basically what happened is, yeah, I already knew I was gonna propose her like way early on in our relationship. So I was just kind of always looking for ways to get her out to a jewelry store to try to look at rings. And there was this huge like going out sale that was happening. So I just hit her up and I was like, hey, like, you know, there's this big sale at this jewelry store. Maybe we should go and just like see if you like anything. So she was like, okay, and we went out and we looked at a few, and you know, there were some obvious favorites about, you know, what she liked and her taste and her style. So we looked at a few, I got an idea, and then I actually came back like 2 days later and got the one that she really wanted. And then this was like a total surprise. So I didn't say anything, I left it for 2 months. I just had this ring sitting with me like the whole time. It was so nerve-wracking, but I made plans to take her with my family to Vancouver Island. I don't know if you guys know where that is. So then I got my sisters to just get a bunch of blankets and candles and wine glasses and pillows and make a little setup on the beach for us. And I took her out to a really nice dinner. We had a great time. And then I said, hey, like, I thought it'd be really cute to get a photo shoot, because I convinced her to dress up all nice for this dinner, and you know, we were on vacation, it was the perfect time. So she was like, oh, okay. So I took her out to this surprise photo shoot I had planned, and yeah, basically we show up and she sees the candles and the blankets and we just start taking pictures. She thought it was the cutest thing ever. She was so impressed. And then, you know, halfway through the photo shoot, I kind of had her in my hands and I said, all right, take a step back. And she stepped back and I got down on the knee and I popped the question.
Yep, and we've been together ever since.
And yeah, the rest is history, guys.
So that was all for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and maybe this could help you in some way figure out if you want to get married, or if you guys are just curious on how it is. Hopefully this video helped you in some type of way. Also, if you guys have any more questions about being married young, make sure to leave them in the comments, because I will answer them for you, or try to answer them as best as I can. And that is all I have to say, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.